Good evening. This is Zoning Board of Appeals. It is 7:14. I'm going to call the meeting to order. The first thing off is the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, roll call.
Wesley Maraska.
George Slingo.
John Glenn.
Okay, we have enough for a quorum.
3 out of 5.
We got 3 out of 5, so we have enough for a quorum. If there's a vote for a special permit, we do not have one. For a variance or a special permit, we need 4, so we do not have that. First thing on the agenda is a public hearing for Linda Ceiling Slap reconvened from September 1st. Applicant is seeking a special permit to have a horse. And under Chapter 40A, Section 3, the law was changed from 5 acres to 2, so she does not have to be here. So, have that. You don't need a special permit for that.
So even though we don't have 4 to vote, you don't need a special permit, so that's it. You're good to go. You're good to go from our perspective.
Mr. Chairman?
Yep. Could you please state your name?
Mike Spall, 61 Mason Road, Dudley. I've been in favor of this for her to have this. I think it's a shame that she had to go through 3 months of this delay.
Yep.
And what I would ask that your board ask the building inspector when she does come for a permit for a barn, small barn, the horse would be able to take care of the horse and the goat, that those fees that she has incurred because of your not knowledge of this permit, of this bylaw, they be reduced from her permit.
That is something that this board can, the selectmen handle all the rates, so it has to go to the selectmen, but we could send a letter.
I would
explaining that.
appreciate it if you would, because now she's delayed, she started this 3 months ago.
Yep.
All right, she had plenty of time to get a barn priced out and built and whatnot, and go to the building department to get a permit. And because of that, now we're running into winter, we're running into cold time. Now she might not be able to do this until the spring.
But she also has to realize that this is a part-time, board.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
But I don't have a problem with writing a letter to the selectmen asking for that.
To read the fee she incurred, to
Yep.
send out registered letters that were not needed, and they should be reduced from her building permit.
Mr. Chairman, just for the record, I just, and I'm not against this, but I just want to say this. Sometimes it's miscommunications in the respect, and she actually made that statement. You can look at last week's minutes. She said that it was for pleasure, not for making $1,000 a acre.
No,
So
no,
I just want to, just for the
She's not doing
record.
this for profit.
Yeah.
She's not doing it for profit.
Well, this statute contemplates her not needing a special permit, provided she generates
$1,000.
per acre from the horticultural use of the property. Now, if it's going to
Okay, then
be, so
what
if it is only pleasure, then
That's different.
She
then
would
she
have to,
would need a special permit.
but if she has riding lessons or
But
something
my
like that.
understanding
Okay, then
was
she
that
can do
was gonna-
riding lessons. She
Right,
makes- she
right.
does- She does riding lessons.
That's how I understood it. I thought she said she was doing riding lessons.
Okay, that's fine.
So, on that basis.
Who's gonna check the riding lessons?
Well, technically, she's supposed to prove it every year,
Yeah.
that she makes $1,000 per acre, so
Technically, like, you're supposed to know the bylaws.
we do.
Actually,
You know.
that
This is
not
a
in the
state- this
bylaw,
is a
that's the state
statute.
law. State
State
statute,
statute.
So she has to provide the riding lessons.
correct.
But I still would ask that you ask the selectmen, with a letter to reduce her building permit by the amount of cost that she had to spend for no reason whatsoever.
Again, I have no problem writing that letter. I mean,
Could I
asking
see
the
that in the
selectmen
form
for
of a
it.
motion?
Excuse me?
Could I see that in the form of a motion?
Yes, you will.
Thank you.
You'd like to do that?
Yeah, I make a motion that we, that the chair draft a letter to the selectmen to the effect that the applicant be given a credit against her building permit costs for what she paid to suffer through this process.
Second the motion.
Okay, a motion's been made and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
The next one is the,
Okay, public hearing for Ryan Simpson. Applicant is appealing the decision of the building official dated 7/25, which stated that there was a racetrack on the property. I went and did a site visit. I don't believe that there's a racetrack on the property. I looked around, you could tell that there was kids riding around on a motorcycle in some spots, but there's no racetrack. So I make a motion that, I'm looking for a motion that someone make a motion that there's no racetrack
Well,
and,
yeah, under the bylaw, it only requires a majority vote of the board to overturn a ruling of an administrative officer. The building inspector made a determination that there was a racetrack on the property. I make a motion that, and it has to be, it would have to be unanimous in this case. I make a motion that it was determined that there was indeed not a racetrack on the property, and that the building inspector's decision be overturned.
I'll second the motion.
All those in,
okay, a motion's been made and second. All those in favor?
aye.
Motion carries.
Ryan Simpson. I have a couple questions that I just need to clarify and maybe understand a little bit better. And if it could be explained to me briefly what the process would be for a zoning complaint to be started. Say I suspect someone of a zoning violation. What is the proper chain of events that needs to take place for that to get to the zoning board?
Want me to answer that, Mr. Chairman? What it is someone makes a complaint. The complaint usually goes to the building department, because I'm the building inspector, zoning enforcing officer. Then at that point, I have to make a decision by looking at the zoning bylaws, and I read them and then decide, what I think is right, what's wrong possibly, and review it. And then I end up making a decision. I send a violation letter, which you receive. And then the process is, if you disagree with what my thoughts are, you appeal it to the ZBA, which brings us here tonight.
And am I correct in understanding that the selectmen directed the building department to issue this violation?
No, that's not correct. It's totally my decision.
So you received a complaint from someone that I was in the zoning violation,
Correct.
and the selectmen had nothing to do with the decision to issue it to me.
Correct.
And I also understand, just correct me, that the zoning board has no authority to issue any refunds to me for my money spent to attend this meeting. Is that correct?
Correct, that would be through the selectman's office.
Okay.
They're the only ones that can give money back.
All right. That's all I got. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
New business, old business? I don't have any. Just have a meeting for next time.
As far
Tom, yeah. We don't have a quorum, but we have until November 90 days, so September, October, November 29th.
Mr. Thompson, we don't have, we need a fourth person to make a decision on yours, so we're missing a member. He's not showing up. He's not answering his phone. So we're going to carry that over to our next meeting, which is
First Thursday in November.
first Thursday in November.
We were just taking a chance that perhaps it would come up as old business tonight. We had no idea whether it would or it wouldn't. We were just taking a chance that perhaps it would be discussed. So, that's fine. We understand.
Okay. All right. Is there anything else?
Can I show something to you to?
Yep.
And maybe you did already, I'm not sure, but did you see, that was originally, right? But I think 18 is really 16, I'm pretty sure it's the same ones. This is the one I wrote, that's the one then, but that's the same. I don't know if you got that, but you should have probably. I just pulled it off tonight, because when I was copying this one, I saw that one. So I'm not sure if you guys saw that or not, but it's probably, I can make a bunch of
Yeah, we saw this.
Okay,
we've seen this,
okay,
yep.
okay. I did, because it's kind of important, that, you know, yeah,
Yep.
yeah, yeah. Okay?
Yep. All right, thank you. Okay, any other?
New business, any new business or old business, I don't think.
Nope.
I make a motion that we adjourn
Do we need,
Second.
do we need to adjourn, do we need signatures before we adjourn?
for that. No, that's, no.
Okay.
I'll second the motion.
All
Hey.
in favor? Oh, go ahead.
Motion's been made and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye,
Motion carries.
thank you.